Why is single, male adult life so mundane? Fellow bachelors, what can I do to improve my social situation? I am sitting here on my couch, playing my Xbox, winding down from the week while typing this now. I'm mid-20s, single, in shape, decent looking. Try to be social when I can, make more than the average American in a year, and have my own place. In theory, these are supposed to be your prime years. Yet, life feels more empty than it ever has for me. I understand people have their own lives to live, yet my 3 closest friends seem to ghost me more and more with each year. Hell, I saw an old coworker randomly at a restaurant. She sounded miserable at her current place, so I recommended she apply to the company I work for to try and help her out. Needless to say, she ghosted me. I haven't dated anyone for a few years now and haven't hooked up with anyone for quite some time now. The level of loneliness I feel gets a little bit overwhelming sometimes, and personal relationships you used to have just seem to get more distant with the passing of time. It feels like I did everything right growing up, but for what? To live a lonely lifestyle, constantly getting ghosted by close friends and make decent money. What's the point of the money if I can't enjoy it with other people? It feels like I'm confined, destined to climb the corporate ladder since there is nothing else going on in my life. I used to be a bedroom slayer and get invited out to do cool shit in college as well as a few years after the last year then, but now, nothing. I feel lonelier than I ever have in my life than I ever have before. I want to meet people. I miss my friends and hanging out with them. This is eating at my soul. What went wrong? Edit. Thank you for all of your responses. I am reading them all here and there as I go about my day. Try to enjoy everything you like without excuses. Because time is faster than you imagine. I tell you from my own experience. I am 54 years old, retired due to illness, divorced and without children. And I feel that the best of my life I have let slip away. Very sorry for not taking advantage of my time. Now I'm alone, I live alone and I don't even have anyone to spend Christmas. Enjoy now that you can, friend. Sorry for my English is not my language. I would say this is actually pretty normal. I heard somewhere sometime that in your schooling years, let's say, you have this constant feeling of progression. You keep learning new stuff, testing your knowledge on those subjects, then moving on to new subjects. Once your education is over, your life, progression, starts slowing down quite a lot. You said you finished college, you have a job, a house. Sounds like you are in that phase of life, hence the stillness, boredom and loneliness you feel. There's no more progression, if that makes sense. About friends, that's about the same. Very few friends stick with you throughout life. And if you have no way of knowing new friends, the ones you have will slowly but surely ghost you. The best advice I could give you is to pick up a new hobby that involves other people, maybe even more than one. Try new things, especially sports. Start boxing for example, hit the gym, yoga, parkour, a hiking group. At first it would feel awkward because you won't know anyone, but soon you'll cement new friendships with your sports buddies. Maybe you'll even discover common passions. In general, get back that feeling of progression you once had. Married male adult life isn't exactly a carnival either, pal. You sound lonely, bro. One of the culture shocks after college is how your social life constricts. A lot of this stems from this being the first time in your life you're not in school with a bunch of people your own age. It's different and takes time to figure out how to adapt. Try a sport out. Hit the gym. Take up knitting if you want to. You can have a more vibrant social life, but you'll have to put more work into it now. I feel like having an ambitious passion in life automatically makes you interesting. Like the guy who wants to make a movie so bad that all he ever talks about for years is how he'll pull it off and takes it to a point of obsession. This guy doesn't sit around and try to be interesting. His time is dedicated to actively achieving his goal. He'll attract people who take seriously making films. People are drawn to active personalities. A lot of people live a passive existence and consume TV shows, TikTok, whatnot. They look at active people in the process of pursuing their goal and perhaps feel inspired. Other active people in their own pursuits will also be drawn to active people because they recognize each other and encourage each other. These goals don't necessarily have to be what you want to do in the long term, but what excites you now. This is why that investment banker with a 15-year career cashed out of his IRA to start a food truck. The risk seems ridiculous to most people, but if it is done sincerely and with passion, anyone will see how happy the guy is and want to be like him, be his friend. I'm figuring this out myself and by no means based on my own example but the examples of men who've inspired me. I hope it's of some use to you. To quote Steve Jobs, Stay hungry, stay foolish. They say that when you marry, you have to still keep dating your wife just like when you were courting. You have to actively work at it. Life is the same way. You have to be the one who keeps pushing things forward, making things stay interesting, friendships keep growing. You can't just take what you currently have and expect it to naturally progress without effort. That's true in friendships, career, fitness, romantic relationships, parenting, everything. The second you are truly comfortably complacent about something, is the second it starts dying. Nothing went wrong for you. Life is just like this. A simple rule I go by is that everything comes to an end. So when your friends ghost you, that's life. Don't take it personal, just move on. Also remember, 2 company, 3 is a crowd when people blow you off. My only suggestion is, create a new path for you to walk. Don't hold on to the past, because you should be looking to the future. Travel. You don't have a wife and kids, so live your life for you. You don't have to grind away at a job so you can buy diapers and shitty vacations to Six Flags. So to Europe or Singapore or Vietnam. Don't wait till you are a crippled slow gray hair to do the shit you love. Take some time off work. Visit a friend in another city, or go to Yellowstone or Gettysburg or the Basketball Hall of Fame. Go to a Mexican resort by yourself. Go skiing, fishing or dirt biking. Learn MMA or how to be a barber. Either you're lonely and broke or you're lonely with a good income, the latter is better. Life itself is mundane. There's no grand plan, there's no greater meaning. It's just us, and we die. There's no point but the ones we make, there's no reason but the reason we make. Find something that brings you joy and chase that. Everyone had friends when they were in school and university, it's hard not to. But if you're not actively out doing this, you're not getting the social contact that breeds friendships. I'm similar, but aware. I'm just exhausted by it when I do it. So the answer is, go and try new things until you find something you enjoy out with others, and friendships will come, and opportunities for love thereafter. Now to follow my own advice. I see so many answers and no empathy. You can do both. Life is testing you. This might feel like an odd time, but trust your guts and intuition. You're not alone. There's always somebody willing to listen and to reach out. These times are difficult times for us humans, but keep going on. You'll find new friends. Life will not be always gloomy. What goes down goes eventually up. Cheer up, amigo. I felt like this after my divorce for about a year. Then I started working out. Randomly go out by myself to fun bars and just try and meet, socialize with new people. And just basically put myself outside my comfort zone with different hobbies I had always wanted to try. It was weird at first, but eventually I met a bunch of fun people and also my wife, and we had our first child together a year ago. Life throws shit in your face sometimes. You just have to shower off and get the heck back out there. Well, you could be in early 30s, fat, blue-collar job, not even close to average income, still living with parents, etc. With literally nothing to look up in the future. Coming from work, you are too tired to do anything physical, so you just eat and play video games. Only thing that you achieved in your life is your master's degree. So yeah, and there are even much worse examples. So you got it pretty good, buddy. Plenty of dudes would switch with your just for your job, their own place, or even good looks, trust me. I was like you 10 years ago. I'm the same now, just add bald to the list. Travel. Now is the time to do what you've ever wanted. Getting married and having kids isn't freedom, trust me. Shit's expensive AF too. So spend that money on yourself. Go skiing in the Alps, walk the glass bridge in Japan, or stay local and travel where you live. Go volunteer and meet people. Go play a sport and meet people. Married guys want to be single and free again. Single guys think a family is the key to happiness. Enjoy what you got before it's gone. Best of luck. Be well. Life is only boring if you let it be. Life is mundane. Office work is just exhausting. Oof, hit too close there. You aren't alone in that, bud. I wish I had an answer for you. Get a hobby. You genuinely need a hobby. Something that pushes you out of your comfort zone and that you're willing to do by yourself at first. I hit that same peak loneliness zone and decided to do shit for myself, and it happened to break the cycle and I met awesome folks. I have a couple of hobbies that have generated friends, experiences, pushed me physically and mentally. Motorcycles *, and more specifically going on motorcycle trips. When I was a younger man I had street bikes and then kind of went away from the two-wheeled life. But at about 26 to 27 I decided I wanted a Harley. I bought a Softail Slim, bobbed it out, made it rad, then I rode that fucking thing everywhere. I did iron butts, 1,000 miles in 24 hours or other distance, time increments. Rode the whole East Coast in a week. Rode 40 coast to coast, just ripped everywhere on that thing. In the rain and the snow we would go. People wanted to be a part of those trips. So other folks I knew got bikes, and now I have ride or die buddies out of something I just started to do for me and posted pictures of. Endurance strength, physical events * these again are for you. I do ultra-endurance cycling and I just started doing events that are like a Tough Mudder with shooting sports added. I never intended for this stuff to find me friends or anything. I wanted physical activity and challenges to push myself. But both communities are incredible. And again, throw some pics on Insta and people will want to know what you're doing, and you may find folks who did it too and want someone to ride or train with. Obviously these worked for me. I'm also into cars and my local club for my brand of car is amazing as well, but tailor it to your interests. Push yourself. Sitting on the couch alone playing vidya isn't the way to break the loneliness cycle.